You're tuned in to the Cre8 Podcast, where we explore the stories, advice, and insights from well-known and influential creatives in the industry. I'm your host, Cindy Morioki, and this is where creatives connect. Welcome to the podcast, Muchiri Mike.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Please tell the audience a little bit more about yourself.
As you've heard, my name is Muchiri Mike. You can also call me Mike Muchiri. You can also call me Michael. But it's only my mom who calls me Michael.
Okay.
I'm a content creator. I do comedy skits. I do lifestyle here and there. But it's mostly comedy. I do music as well, so I'm a gospel musician, and I'm also a corporate MC, and in future probably I'll be so many other things.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, that's interesting. So you're a creative.
I am a creative.
I love that. I love
creative.
that. Here
Yeah.
we love creatives, by the way.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Yeah, clearly. I love the setup. It's so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Very
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So I know in as much as you've done all these types of creatives, you actually have a degree in something so serious.
I do. I tell people I did a 5 years major. I was in Daystar Uni. I was doing biomedical science.
5 years is so long.
Yeah,
my
so long,
goodness.
so long. From 2017 to 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you decided, how did you venture into this creative space instead of the biomedical space?
So the thing is, you see the way you'll wait for Gava to place you somewhere.
Yeah.
Me, I didn't wait. My
Okay.
dad was like, tafuta shule immediately. Yeah, so nilitafuta shule, and then I got enrolled in Daystar. You know, at the beginning I was giving my dad my options and was telling me, nikamwambia, Dad, there's communication, but I loved biology when I was in high school. I loved biology. Yeah, I love biology, and I always said I'd become a doctor, I'd study medicine.
Okay.
But
Here we are.
no, I don't think I'd have made it.
Really?
Oh my God, biomedical science was kicking my ass. I never failed any unit, but
You did enough.
yeah, I did enough.
Yeah.
So when I told my dad, I've seen this course, it's called biomedical science, and it's good, it's about this and that, and my dad was like, that's good.
It's a serious degree.
It's a serious, you're going to become a doctor, add some extra. Even the guy who I found at Daystar was telling us, if you add some extra years to it, you'll become a medical doctor. And my dad was like, this is it.
Oh,
This is it.
he said you're speaking my language.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it I did it because of my dad.
Yeah.
I also thought I'd like it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but luckily by the time I was in my second or third year, I realized this is really not my thing. I go into details.
Yeah.
Every single semester, we used to go to the morgue.
Yeah.
And we used to see the whole thing, how they dissect a dead body.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, every
Like
single
the
semester.
postpartum.
Yeah, postpartum, yeah. And the crazy thing is, that wasn't even the ache for me. Yeah, my issue was with hospitals.
Okay.
Because you see, essentially, I should be working in a hospital. If not a hospital, then a research institution or something. I can't stand hospitals. I can't stand the smell, medicine or anything like that.
It smells a bit funky always.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. But then I also did my internship. I did my internship in Time Star, KRA.
Okay.
Most people ask me, what's the correlation?
The tax and the medicine.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So I was there. I was doing occupational health and safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I never did anything to do with occupational health and safety.
So you just
knowing
found
how
yourself
internships are in Kenya.
You just had to do what you had to do.
I just had to do my internship for me to graduate.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, but at least you graduated.
I graduated, and while I was doing my internship, that's when I realized 9 to 5.
It's
not my thing.
Actually the ghetto.
And
I've realized that for a lot of creatives. Okay, I don't know if there are people out there who actually enjoy a 9 to 5. Maybe there are people who like structure.
There are people who love 9 to 5.
I don't think creatives like that life.
Yeah. It's like you're like put in a box and told do this and this and this. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, because
anyway.
I find most creatives very spontaneous. I am very spontaneous.
So am I.
Yeah.
So am I. I could have an idea. Like the idea for this podcast came to me at 1 a.m. It was just maybe I should start this.
And this is brilliant. I should tell you guys, the mail she sent to me, it was very well detailed with the questions before. And then the setup, this is brilliant.
Gosh,
this is good.
No blush.
Yeah. And I hope your podcast does like crazy numbers.
From your mouth to God's ears,
Yeah.
for real. Yes, I hope so too.
Uh-huh.
I watched a lot of your interviews before in preparation for this, obviously. And you mentioned that you wanted to do a master's. Is that something that's still in the
Fun
works?
fact, I've enrolled for my master's 3 times. And let me tell you, I have a special kind of respect for adults who go back to school and finish.
It's hard.
I have a friend of mine, I wrote it on Twitter. I have a friend of mine who has a toddler. She has a 9 to 5 and she's doing her master's. Me, I'd go nuts.
I'm saying the same thing. And then when you look at these people and they have kids and then you're wondering, we have the same salary probably. How are you feeding 5 children? And me, I barely...
probably you're married.
And you're
married. Your husband
you're
is...
cooking.
Yeah, exactly, you're cooking, you're doing stuff.
We don't have the same 24
Mimi,
hours.
I'm a bachelor. I live alone in my own house. I do my own thing.
Yeah.
Masters ilinishinda. I can't be stuck in traffic at 6 p.m. wondering ati nilisubmit assignment. I know it takes a lot of discipline.
It does.
But unfortunately, the timing is always wrong for me.
But I feel like it's also okay to, like, relax. Like, take your time with it.
Take your time with it, yeah.
Especially a master's. I did mine.
You did your master's?
Yes.
And completed?
And completed.
So you're the people I'm talking... And you're here agreeing with me.
No. See, my situation...
Cindy, no. Wewe ni wale wa... sijasomea your exam.
No.
Yes, sijasomea your exam.
No, let me tell you, actually, like, the benefit I had was that I did my master's during COVID.
So it was online.
So I did a lot of online for like 6 months, and then the rest I actually went and did it physically because I had to do my dissertation.
You did your master's in an institution in Kenya?
No, I did it in an institution in Spain.
In Spain, huh?
Yes. I did sustainable tourism development, something I've never used, but I'm still very passionate about.
About it,
so good. I had that benefit of, like, there was nothing else going on in life, What am I doing during COVID? I was working in the hospitality industry before. Hotels had closed. I was just being a bum at home. And somehow my parents were still disappointed, even if, okay, not really, but like even if they were also just at home chilling. Yeah. So I was like, wow, I'm not doing anything as an African daughter. Let me just enroll.
Are you a firstborn?
I am not. I'm actually a last one. Yep. But my sister did her master's too at a very young age. So the pressure is very real. Like, she finished her master's, I think, when she was 24. And then...
To digress a bit,
it's okay.
I don't know if almost all last ones are creatives.
Yeah, I think so too. Are you a last one too?
I'm a last one.
Oh, I love that for us. High five.
Almost all last ones are creative.
They are creative.
Yeah, but now back to the masters.
Yeah.
So when I finished school, I wasn't planning to do content anymore because I wanted to go all corporate.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to go all corporate. So I wanted to do a master's in global health policy and advocacy. I tried applying for a few schools. They were just some were just too expensive. I tried applying for a few scholarships, sikupata. So I opted to do a different one.
Yeah.
Which was also in the health, in the health scope
sector. Yeah.
And then I was like, this is not my thing. And then last year I went back to school to do a level 6 professional digital and sustainable marketing. I deferred. Yeah.
That's actually what I want to study, sustainable marketing.
Yeah,
too.
where? CIM?
I haven't. Yes, CIM.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
They have a main intake. To see ourselves. They haven't paid us.
They haven't paid us.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it after. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
have you actually started the course?
I started.
Okay.
I started, but then I deferred.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But the reason why I deferred was I got an accident.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got an accident. And then
I think I actually saw that. Yes, and it was really bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
But thank God you're good.
Yeah, we are all fine. I wasn't alone in my car, but we are all fine.
Oh.
Yeah. We're good. You're good.
Love that. At least you're here. You're here currently.
Yeah.
Safe and sound. Okay. So when you were doing this content creation, you said you started it out of boredom.
And you've watched quite a number of
I do my research.
And this is a lesson to all podcast hosts. You know, some people just invite you to their thing. They haven't even done research. That's why I don't even do TV. Call me Beyonce, call me whatever you want to call me. Me, I don't go on TV.
You have standards.
Because the producers don't research about you. And then they ask you some very lame questions. Questions that you keep hearing over and over. Yeah. But yeah, your question.
So you started consecration out of boredom, and I know one of your videos like, you know, blew up, and now all of them blew up. So wow. Yeah. So was that then you took a break?
Then I took a break
in 2019 because you got robbed.
Yeah. Hey, you've done your research. Hey, I have.
So you got robbed, and then there was, I think you also said something about like struggling with school. Not that you were, as you said, not failing, but your grades were slipping. And then now you came back.
And then I came back.
So what was the motivation to come back?
Money. I was broke.
Oh my gosh.
I was
real.
I used to live with my brother.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I used to live with my brother. I was like, you know, there's a way you can live with someone. And I'm not saying live kuzwa, but you see, even if hata kama unaishi na your sibling, 5 years, 10 years, you know, itafika time yenye they will start showing you subtle signs of,
like,
my
please
guy,
leave my space. Yeah. So
I was like, I need to do something. I don't want to be employed. And then I have my craft, which was previously giving me money. Yeah. So let me just go back to it as I figure out
your next
things.
Move.
Yeah, my next move. And then when I went back, I stayed.
Yeah, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
So it started, like, were you consistent when you came back? Or
I was very consistent because I came back. Now I came back properly in 2021. Okay. In 2020, I was still doing content. Yeah. But I was gonna find the content not as consistent. Yeah.
Just here
and
there.
But then 2021, I was very intentional about my social media, and that's when I started like blowing up for real.
Yeah. I've seen that you've worked with like very big brands. You've worked with Coca-Cola, Safaricom. Now you're working with Amaze, and that video you just did was so funny.
Thank you. It
was so funny.
Run me up my money. But anyway,
and then you've also said that there's some brands that you don't work with. Yeah. Obviously, because of your faith and just your own morals and stuff. Yeah. Like betting, right?
Betting, narcotics. Yeah.
Same. Okay, not the alcohol.
Okay.
But the betting. I'm not a betting girl. Yeah. So how does that look like? Isn't it like hard? Because I know, especially betting companies and these alcohol brands, they have big budgets.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. The crazy thing is, the companies that you wouldn't, be open to work with, they're the ones who come to your mail and tell you we have this budget, and then you're looking at it, you're like, oh my god.
You're like, maybe my morals aren't that deep. No,
what if just for once?
Just let me maybe I'll tithe.
Yeah.
But it's good.
You just have to stand on business.
Yeah, you have to stand on business, and I support that. Especially like, I know it's very hard to turn these gigs down. Yeah. Especially because in this creative space, you never really know when your next paycheck is going to be.
No, that's true. Because you're freelancing.
Exactly. It's not a 9 to 5. So it's like when you're turning down a gig, you're just there praying, okay, the next one, please also let it have the same budget or more, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, to take you back, like now to your family, you've said your family are staunch Christians.
They are.
Okay. And now when you started this skits, Mama Michael, and you cross-dressing, quote unquote, what was their reaction? I'm imagining, I mean, you're here and you're still doing it, so I'm guessing they have supportive.
They have, actually, I have nothing negative to say about my family. Because first of all, my family is super supportive. I used to see my sister in my comment section comment, especially on Facebook, anacheka comments. Yeah, my brother, my firstborn brother, when I got robbed, he bought me a phone and told me, when they like kuchapa content.
I love that.
Yeah, and then my dad used to work for my dad used to be a regional sales leader for a company that I won't mention, and he used to pitch me to their marketing team.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, and I don't know how, I don't even understand how my dad used to get my videos, because I used to see them on his WhatsApp status.
Imagine. Really?
Imagine.
And it's not you who sent them to him.
And you see, when I began content creation, I thought my dad would be like,
I don't know.
Is it tunafanya social media? But then I was surprised my dad was super, super, super supportive.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of I'm imagining in the beginning you were, as you've said, you were like, they might judge me, or like it won't be received well. And I feel like that's something a lot of people have that anxiety of like, will my parents really support me?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, but then that's what I was going to go. Like, you just have to do it. And then if they say no, you're like, hey, nilijaribu, you know.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I never thought I would be doing content long term. Yeah.
Now here you are.
Yeah, and it's the only thing that's paying my bills. Yeah.
I love that. That's why this exists, because I want people to see like it's very possible to turn a hobby or something you were just doing on the side into
something lucrative.
A full career now.
Into a full career,
Now you're booked and busy. So
you can say that again.
So now, Mama Michael, when you started that, were you prepared for the backlash that could have come from it?
At first I wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I think when I was beginning, plus social media wasn't what it was. What it is now.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Sometimes I reflect now, if I wanted to begin content creation now, I don't think I would.
Really? Why?
Because social media has become very... kuna pros and cons of social media. Yeah. And the pros the paycheck is good.
True.
Yeah, and you get to network and work with big brands. You get to sit in rooms with people you never thought. You get to do all that.
True.
Yeah, but the thing with social media, it has like a direct effect on your mental health.
Facts.
It has a direct effect on your mental health. What will people say? Seeing all those comments. You're probably doing a piece for a client. It doesn't do numbers, and then you're given a call, you're told blah 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 blah. Plus there's so much bullying. People have so much freedom to say what they want to say.
Exactly.
Not that it affects me, but I just say social media was not what it is now. So I was hesitant, but then I don't think I was prepared for the backlash, because when I started getting those backlash, and funny thing, I used to be bullied on Facebook, of all platforms, by old people. Imagine.
I was gonna say, like, that's a oldie place.
Yeah.
That's like where my momming is.
Yeah, by old people telling me, especially when I came back, I started doing content, and then I took the break, and then I came back, and I came back now ubaya, because I used to release a video every week. Yeah. So some consistency is very good, because people keep seeing you, and then
that's true.
Your videos keep doing good numbers.
True.
Yeah. When I took a break, there are certain creators who now walianza, they started doing the same thing I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying ati mimi ndio nilikuwa pioneer or something.
Yeah.
So Facebook, everyone was saying, "Oh, you're copying this creator. Do something original. Sijui nini. There used to be a lot of... So I even put aside Facebook as one of my platforms. Yeah. But then say, bring it on.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I've made it. I'm making it.
Yeah. And the more you are in this industry, you're in the creative space, the more you grow a thick skin.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And then also, that thing for like you're copying someone else's content, I had a feeling that is something that you'd have experienced, because there are definitely a lot of creatives who do comedy skits where they dress up.
Yeah,
but
as
African mothers.
Yeah, well, quite a few.
Yeah, a few. Yeah. But I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah, I feel like all your content is unique.
Yeah,
there's definitely gonna be an overlap. Have you seen like when you tweet something about like your family, and then someone says, "And we all grew up in the same house."
Yeah.
So obviously the content is going to be like almost similar, because we've all lived one life.
And it's crazy. I was thinking it's crazy how there's so much content to do around Kenyan mothers, because Kenyan mothers are so funny.
They're so funny.
Especially Kikuyu.
Kikuyu? I am Kikuyu.
Oh my God, Kikuyu mothers are just funny.
Every time, like sometimes my mom will say something like, even when she's angry at me, and I have to like really try not to laugh, because I'm like, why would you say something like that?
Let me tell you, when my mom is angry, she will lecture you in English. And and you know how that would go. I saw this video, Jana. Let me tell you, I laughed. I was even asking myself, to want a video, people see my videos and laugh like this, because I would I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would want to see, because I laughed. There's this creator on TikTok. He's called Cre8 Wandeya. He does like purely Kikuyu skits.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
and there's this video he did that. Oh my god. Yeah, ilinichekesha. Yeah.
You know, I actually really love Kikuyu content because no, I'm not the best at speaking it.
I can tell.
Wow.
I can tell.
That's a crazy thing to say. Why would you say that?
I believe you.
Okay, no.
I believe you.
No, but I speak it just enough, but ikona your accent, so I try not to. But when I watch Kikuyu skits, to be honest, they've actually helped my Kikuyu much better.
I'll show you that skit.
Please do, because the other person I used to like religiously watch was Aunt Jemima.
Aunt Jemima is good.
Oh my god, I was like, this is so funny. I even used to send it to my parents. So I'm like, guys, I'm gonna learn Kikuyu with this woman. So you should definitely send me. I'm gonna eat that up.
I'll send you.
So now you've also ventured into the music space.
I have.
And you've released an album. Have you?
Not yet. I'm currently working on that album. Yeah.
Okay, in all the interviews I've watched, you've been working on it for real.
Oh my god.
It's not a bad thing though.
You just called me up.
I've called you up. You came for me. I had to come.
Let me tell you, I've been working. I've been saying this since kutoka 2022.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So what's the delay? What's the challenge?
You know, one thing I've realized, there's never a convenient time to do anything. Hata wewe kama ulikuwa unangoja, I'll start the podcast next year.
Trust
2
me.
months from now. Yeah.
Like Brevo would know, our producer.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, okay, we need to start, and then it's like, wait, we need to change this. I'm like, guys. But then I just said, you know what? Let's just go.
Yeah. Because I don't think you'll ever feel ready to do something. And the only way to find out if you're ready is to do it. True. Now, you know, I think that this year was the time I was like, no, I've put it aside for way too long. And you know, if you ask me to choose between content creation and music, I'll choose music.
What? Really?
Yeah. But then again, I haven't done much.
So why would you choose music?
Because music came before content creation.
I was actually, So is it, did you sing in church, high school?
I've sung my whole life.
Everywhere.
My mom used to go with me to chamas. And then, anaambia mama, what chama sana atuongoze.
Muchiri, here's the mic. Nita.
Even when you used to go like in a church and then wakwe like, akuna youth wakuongoza ka worship papa, my mom would be somewhere looking for me like,
Michael.
My son ako somewhere to lead this song. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm so glad God has really empowered me and given me the grace in this particular time to start working on that album, because I already nimeshaanza.
Yes.
And I'm currently a few days from now, we're going to me and my BTVs, we're going to record like 5 songs from that album.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I've already released.
Yes, you have released some singles.
Yeah, some singles. Yeah.
Just not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, one step at a time. We're very excited. Yeah. It is a gospel album.
Yeah, it's a purely gospel album. Yeah, I have some Kikuyu songs in there. Yeah.
I'm going to eat it
Let
up.
Let me tell you. You know, I thought I speak fluent Kikuyu. I went for a podcast, not a podcast, an interview with this Kikuyu guy called Jeff Kuria.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Jeff Kuria.
I think I'll have to look for him after.
Yeah, he used to be a presenter for a Kikuyu station.
Okay.
So he does like a podcast or something. I couldn't speak Kikuyu. I thought I knew Kikuyu. I speak Kikuyu. And I've always thought, also akisema, how many speak Kikuyu fluently in this room? I'd be lifting my hand.
You'd be like, me teacher. Really?
And I'm realizing, actually, sijui Kikuyu. Okay, najua Kikuyu, because even when I'm writing Kikuyu songs, I have to think in English.
Then translate.
Then write them in Swahili, and then translate.
Okay, because Swahili to Kikuyu, the translation is very direct. Yeah.
And then then I do. And then, katikati, what you wanted a certain statement, a certain line to mean, it loses its meaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, also because Kikuyu, sorry to all the Kikuyus because I am one, like I normally tell my parents, like, it's not a romantic language. It's
we used to argue with a friend of mine. I used to tell him Kikuyu is so aggressive.
It's so aggressive. Kikuyu it's like, hey.
Kikuyu is so I remember my mom. Kikuyu is very aggressive. Even when you're not aggressive, even when you're like trying to be sweet. Yeah, you know, like for example, when you're asking someone like, "Are you sick?" You know, it sounds very kaiwemoro waru.
Yeah, it
sounds aggressive. It's like, gosh, I want to beat you up.
Yeah, it's like kwani azin. That's exactly true. So I'm normally like, when people release songs in Kikuyu, I actually listened to one today by Mutoria.
Oh, Mutoria,
And I was like, I never thought Kikuyu would sound
You've
this
listened
good.
to my song?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
But
Yeah?
I can't sing it.
Okay. The K?
But it is good. Like
You've
I
listened to
think
it?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
I even listened to
okay.
it before you came
Okay.
here. I was playing it.
Period.
But I think it's good because when I think of like Kikuyu songs, I think of like Kenwa Maria. So I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change it.
You don't look like you know Kenwa Maria.
Okay, I might not speak the best Kikuyu, but trust me when I tell you, my parents are the Kikuyus,
Same,
like the ones that my dad has that walking stick.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
So
all right.
I may not look like it, but when I was younger, that's all he used to blast.
You vibe with like the gospel, the old school gospel.
Yeah, so
Ruth Wamoyo.
exactly. So like I always think of Kikuyu music like that, but now that I'm seeing like
The new
our
age
generation
Kikuyu,
and the Kikuyu, it's so good. I love it.
Revolutionary.
Revolutionizing.
I'm so glad so many artists are embracing like their culture, diverse. There are so many upcoming artists who are now open to doing like Kikuyu, Luya,
any other like
Luo songs,
language.
yeah.
I love that because okay, it's not that English is bad or Swahili is bad. It's just like it's nice to see a diverse thing. Because I sing those Sauti Sol songs and do I know what they mean?
Yeah, true.
No, but they hit, so we love it. Yes. Can you share like a time where like your creative journey was like it took you to a place where you're like, yeah, I love this, like an accomplishment?
I always tell people when I won the gold winner, and actually every single time I was receiving an award, that was like affirming me. You're really doing it. Yeah. Especially in 2022 when I got my first big award, digital media award, and I won the best influencer nationwide. And the guys I was competing against were like bigger than me, every single one of them, and we were like 5. And of all 5, I was one with the least followers. Yeah, and then I was actually when I went for the event for the gala night. I was just attending because I thought
you were like
yeah. And then when I had my name being called, that was one award ceremony I knew I wasn't gonna win, and then I was just surprised I may win. Yeah, and that was really like a game changer for me. Yeah. And then when I won my second award in 2023 with Kuza Awards, which is under Communications Authority of Kenya, there was also another moment in my career that really affirmed me that I was really doing it.
I love that.
Yeah.
For the first awards, were they people voting for you, or was it
both.
like both?
Yeah,
like
both.
So the committee chooses, and then
you get nominated.
Yeah.
And then you're now competing against like a few other creators. Yeah.
So now does your audience vote for you? Like, do you push people to vote for you, or is it like one of those ones where
actually for the first one, for the second one actually. For the first one, that was like the biggest award for me, so I was constantly pushing my creators, my followers to vote for me. Yeah.
Okay.
But then the second one, I was surprised because I never even posted it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's that one is bigger than the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. The reason I ask is because you've mentioned that you had the least amount of followings in the first one, like out of all the 5 nominees, and I think that goes to show that following is not a very big deal, but community is.
And people should understand that.
Yes.
When you already like have an audience, you already have the power.
Yes, you have a lot of power. So you should nurture that. I feel like very many people chase the numbers of followers.
Yeah.
But they neglect engaging with their audience.
Create for the people you have at the moment.
Exactly. And you build a community around that, and I swear they'll support you all the time.
Because when your focus shifts. And this is also something I also struggled with at some point as a creator. When you shift your attention from the numbers and the engagement and the followers, and then you concentrate on creating good content for the people you currently have, that would be a game changer for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a big believer of like comments. I love the comment section.
Yeah.
I mean, having people share my content or save it or like it is great.
Yeah.
But the comments is when I know like I'm actually doing something right.
Doing something, yeah.
And I'll be like, okay, this person liked this.
Yeah.
Or like these 3 people like this. Let me make more content like this because this is what they like to see from me. And I feel like that's a hack to like being consistent, because even when you're creating that type of content, you're creating it because you know your audience will like it.
We like it, yeah.
And that I feel like makes me want to create even more.
Yeah, even more. Yeah,
not at you're just at
That's true.
Let me just
that's
push
true.
out content, you know.
Because now your attention is on the content. What kind of content do these people like? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But you see, unfortunately, kwanza, the new rising influencers, wow, goal yao ni
do
100k followers, 200k followers, a million followers. Yeah,
that's so true. And I feel like it needs to change.
It does need.
It needs to change, because even the type of content, like you said, social media now is so different than it was before.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with Joanna when she came on the pod, and we were talking about how a lot of the content, especially these paid partnerships, have turned into full-on ads. I feel like I'm watching a TV ad.
Yeah.
And not that it's bad. It's very visually like appealing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, wow, this cinematography is
but
amazing.
Where is the originality? Where is the
your personality is not coming through in this?
Exactly.
You know, like what you did, like for now, Amaze. That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. See what you did. Yeah.
But like honestly, it was still very much you, but I could tell like you're pushing Amaze, but it didn't feel like you were forcing it down my throat.
Because you see, when now a brand is coming to you, you're not trying to be like the brand. You're trying to put the brand in your content.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's your content. It's not you. It's not like you creating for the brand. It's you putting the brand in your content.
Into your content.
Yeah.
And that's I think they call it integrated content.
Yeah, integrated content.
And I feel like that is the most natural content that you can do. Like whatever even if you're doing like a fashion, you're a fashion creator like I am, and then you get a brand like, I don't know, perfume or deo or something. Then you incorporate like you've worn your clothes and now you're putting on like you know, I don't know. There's a way that you can integrate a lot of things, but that also means that when you're accepting the brand deals, you have to be very conscious of like the brands you're you know integrating, because can you really integrate them into your content? Does it work, or are you just doing it because
true,
you know?
And there's what's it called? Like there's you know, like being original, it's okay to do things your own way. You don't have to be like another creator. You know, like it's okay to pick a few things that you wanna like here and there, but you don't have to like replicate what like Western creators are doing, what other Kenyan content creators you look up to are doing. You know, it's okay to do your thing your own way.
True.
Yeah.
Like you can emulate, but don't copy.
Don't copy. Because most people don't realize that your audience value authenticity and originality. And that's why TikTok as a platform may thrive. Because it's not curated. That's why the Kenyeji content, it's the most viral one on TikTok.
Like the girl, I don't know if you've seen the girl who dresses like buses or like logos.
I've seen her.
Oh my goodness. I'm like,
she dresses like City Hopper.
Yeah, you know, I'm just like, girl, I love this.
Yeah.
But you see on Instagram, she might not, okay, I don't know, I've not seen her on Instagram, but that type of content might not do so well, because
on Instagram
people like that curated
content.
And it's like, okay, and everyday aesthetics.
And that's why me, there are so many videos you'll find on my TikTok. You won't find them on Instagram.
So you hear, you guys, you look for Muchiri on TikTok.
On TikTok. I told this creator called Daddy's Girl.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. You don't know her. You know her.
Okay, tell me a video. I tell you if I know her.
It's the Kibuli for me. You don't know her?
I'm sorry. Do you know her?
Nothing.
Oh my God.
You know her? Ebu how do you not know her?
Maybe I do. I'm really bad. I don't look at people's names, but I watch the content.
That creator is very authentic. Nakujanga na set up camera. She does her thing, and it goes viral.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that.
So you know, okay. But there's also excellence, and it's good.
Yeah.
There's also excellence, and it's good. Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not bad, because I started as a beauty content creator, and back then, like, our main inspiration was, you know, Western beauty content creators, and they used to have like very aesthetic like backgrounds and stuff, and as you can see, that has continued on here, and so I still have that. Like, I'll still have a very like cute background. It's not Kenyaji, but I'm trying very hard to like also tell myself like, everything has to be like perfect 100% of the time. Sometimes I just want to switch on a camera and say, hi guys, how you guys doing?
That's good.
Yeah, because I feel like back then when I was creating that type of content that was very natural, I had a smaller following, obviously, but are very engaged.
Are you currently a full-time creator?
No.
Okay.
So even though I do this podcast to interview full-time creators,
you have a 9 to 5.
Yes, I do.
You have a 9 to 5,
but it's not a 9 to 5, but it's like it's a remote job. I work. I'm a marketing manager for a company called Tasty Grubs. They sell like food and
crisps.
No, like. Okay. They're online restaurants, so that's what I do. But luckily, because it's remote, I can work at whatever hour, and the workload is, let me tell you something about a 9 to 5, because I actually worked 9 to 5 for so long. Is that you can have zero work, but you still have to go to work every single day. 9 to 5. You still have to
go to work, for your boss to see you.
I don't understand that. But me now, my bosses, I thank God, they're very relaxed people.
Nice.
They're just that's like, nice. Even if you finish your work in 2 days, it's fine.
Mimi, when I did my internship, I wasn't even doing a 9 to 5. I was doing a 7 to 6 or something.
I had those. And it sucks. It's like, what, my entire life is here.
And you're being paid peanuts, Bana. Yeah.
If I speak, the trauma.
Let's talk about trauma.
And now, we talked about a positive experience. Do you have a negative experience? Or let me not say negative. Let me say something that you did that was risky. Yeah, I did something. I did something for a restaurant. But the comments didn't come from anyone on social media. Okay. Oh, the negative comments now.
Yeah, the negative comments.
Okay.
The negative comments came from the colleagues of the person who had me on board for that gig.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, you're trying to paint our name in bad light. Why would you hire someone like this? Blah, 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 blah. So I was never told to take it down. But then I got wind of that story. Yeah.
Can you explain what the content was? Like, was it a skit?
It was my normal. It was a normal skit. But then the thing is, if I go into detail, what utajua. So let me just
okay. But you'll tell me after this because I want to know.
Yeah. Ukumbuke, because I haven't sija rant concerning that thing.
Really?
Yeah. Now that I look back. Yeah.
But I'm so sure it turned out good for them. That's the thing.
It definitely did.
Like, I mean,
let me tell you, every brand that uses me, I always make sure I deliver.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like that. That's a good thing, because a lot of people have asked their work.
Yeah, if there's a brand out there that wants to engage me on a gig, they can be rest assured I will give them.
You'll deliver
massive visibility.
I mean, a shout out to you, because that's from the content I've watched as a consumer.
Yeah,
I would buy anything you would sell me for sure. I'm about to go buy some maize flour, right?
No buy, no need to get pizza. Yeah.
What do you think sets a good creative, like a great creative, apart from like the rest?
Authenticity, originality, culture. The problem is most Kenyan creators are trying to replicate, especially TikTok influencers, are trying to replicate the Western way of influencing and the Western way of doing stuff. There is beauty in, doing our thing and doing your own thing. I think that's a thing that sets you apart. And just being yourself. And I wanted to say something very controversial.
Say it. Me, I'm always controversial on this thing. Every time I start, I'm like, I might be cancelled.
Yeah, but when you're a creator who's constantly involved in scandals, controversial things, it just, it got some brands might even like blacklist you and don't tell you.
And you don't know.
Yeah, no matter how big you are. Yeah, so I think those are the tiny things that really set you apart. Yeah, but there's so many things that I don't know, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, for the controversial part, I don't even think that's really controversial, but because there are very, okay, I don't say very many because I don't know, but there are many there are many creatives out there who've gotten involved in a scandal, but sometimes it's not even their fault. Like, you just wake up and you find yourself on Edgar Obari to a story that's not even true.
Maybe in my mind, when I talk about like involving yourself, because we're in an age where we're in a very weird age and era. Yeah, so many people will go to like extreme lengths to chase clouds. Now that's the thing.
I get you. Yes.
Wanafanya kitu and then you're like, was that necessary?
Like, are you sure about that? Is that even true?
You know, sometimes I see some content and I'm like,
it's not it.
Yeah.
There's one I saw recently and it's.
We can talk about it
later. Don't want to be cancelled over here. But yeah, I've seen. I really get that part for clout, and I also something I'll say that's controversial as well is, I've realized in this creative field there's a lot of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
And then there's also a lot of like cliques, like mini groups. So
cliques ziko.
There are so many, and I don't.
Especially when you go to events where so many influencers are there. Kuna influencers I want to interact now because you know you're not.
You can't sit with us.
Yeah, you're not ujafika their level or something. Yeah, cliques are definitely there.
They're there.
But then the thing that really pisses me off is the gatekeeping part, especially when it comes to rates. You know, someone has been.
Period.
Let's say, for example, Cindy, a brand has approached you. They've told you, we want to put you on a billboard. I'm a TVC. So think about it, and then you respond to us in the afternoon or tomorrow, and then you don't know how to send the rates, how to package yourself,
yes.
how to do all the pricing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you call a creator, you know, or you text them, or you DM on them on IG, and you ask them, this and this brand has texted me. How I've seen you before on a billboard. I've seen you in a TVC. Can you take me through like how you the pricing, the rates, and everything?
Yeah.
So many creators will not help you with that. No, hata ukiniambia I charged 500k ama $1 million for this, and I charge the same way.
It's not a bad
thing. It's not. It doesn't mean you will not get paid the same thing for the next.
And then
gig
also,
you get.
it's not like it's devaluing you. Either way, if I didn't ask for your help, you wouldn't have seen them. Like, it's not affecting you directly. You get, like, you wouldn't have seen the money either way because you're not the one they called.
Yeah.
But I hate the thing for rate cards, and I saw that on TikTok as well. Yeah. These smaller creators have now, like, brands are approaching them and they're asking them for their rates, and then they're like, I don't even know where to start.
You know, that's the biggest dilemma most creatives have. Like, nimeitiwa this big job. I might either undersell myself or over.
That's true.
Yeah.
May have undersold myself a couple of times.
Yeah. Same.
Only to learn about it like after.
Yeah.
You know how these days you have a campaign with multiple influencers.
Yeah.
So you're like, and you're in a group, a WhatsApp group or whatever. And then now, like, let's say there's someone I know. So I'm asking them like, how much are you getting paid? And they tell me, and I'm like, that is like 2-3 times more than me. And I have a more engaged audience than you.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just like, hakuna standard.
Plus beer, there's a lot of... I don't want to call it malpractice, because at the end of the day, everyone has to make money.
Yeah.
Whether it's the brand or the agency or the creator.
Yeah.
You know, a client will probably give this agency this budget.
Yeah.
Wewe probably budget yako ilikuwa imesetiwa. Agency wataambia client umeitisha 200k, labda ulitisha 20k ama 50k. Watakupatia 50k. Watakupea 50k and then they keep the rest of the 150. Oh my
gosh, it's true though.
Yeah.
And then they take 60 days to pay you.
Yeah, and the problem with being cheap, this is but anyway, the problem with being cheap is you do so much work for so little. Because when you quote 10k na brand ilikuwa na ama agency walikuwa na budget ya 100k, they will give you 10 deliverables. When in real sense probably you'd have done 2 or 1 deliverable
for the same amount of money. That's
so you even become overwhelmed. Alafu the work that you do, it's very subpar.
True.
And very substandard.
True.
Yeah.
I think that it's so true. The other day I was watching an interview that Abel Mutua did, and he was being asked like this thing of standardization of rate cards, and he said he doesn't want standardization, but the way he talked about it I understood. He's like, you know, every creator is so different. Like the resources that they use, the idea and everything. It could be maybe me, I'm just doing a talking video with my camera, my phone, and you have a whole production. So definitely the rate card cannot be the same.
It cannot be the same, exactly.
Yeah, but I also feel like there's like brackets, you know, like maybe the agency now, they say like, okay, we're hiring these creators because they use this, like they use production teams, and we know their budget has to be higher. Then we have these other creators.
I don't think agencies really care about you that much.
No, they don't,
because agencies have shifted from caring about the influencers to being very brand oriented, what the brand wants. So you know, for the longest time, Mimi, I used to work alone. I used to outsource rarely. Like occasionally, I used to outsource probably for videography and editing a few times, until now I got a team. I have someone who's doing videography and photography, editing, and then someone who helps with concept development, content strategy. I have a manager and I have a PA, and all those people are on your payroll.
They need to eat
every month. Every month. Unapata every month do inatoka na ni salary pekee ya wase wenye wako on your team. It's almost inafika 200k. So if you bargain and cut almost 50% of what I quoted for you for a particular campaign, then umeni undercut in a very massive way.
So then even the content I'm gonna produce is not gonna be up to my standard.
And creators and influencers must understand it's okay to say no.
Yes, please say no.
It's okay to say no. Si kuchukua job kusema yo pesa ni mbaya, but nitachukua tu. They will also, because the next time they hire you for a gig, you give them a quote that's way higher than what they paid you last time. Yeah, exactly.
And you know, I want to thank you so much for bringing that up, because there was a specific time, I'm not going to mention names obviously, but like there was a specific time there were these influencers who are very big in their niches. And they took a job from there's an international brand that came and set up in Kenya, and then they took that job for free. As in
free?
Their pay, quote unquote, was iyo kitu inaitwa nini? Affiliate marketing.
Affiliate marketing.
So it's like if we get a sale, you get
commission.
a percent. Yeah, commission.
I don't
even believe in commission. Commissions don't make sense.
I don't even do such campaigns
unless you're doing it very passively. Unless like you're doing affiliate
unless
marketing.
They're paying you your rate and
then on top.
Yeah.
Yes, but as a full-time gig, it doesn't make any sense. So now they'll approach smaller creators and then tell us, because I categorize myself as a smaller, smaller. And then they'll tell us, I'll send my rate card. They're like, no, but you know, XYZ is doing the campaign for free. They're doing the same, the CG commission rate is her.
Now that's that's like gaslighting and manipulating you into accepting the job.
Yeah, because it's like, if this big creator would do it, why wouldn't you? And my thing is like, these bigger creators, obviously their rate card is maybe like triple of mine. I don't know, depending on whether they price themselves well. Why would you do something like that? Is it just because the brand is such a big name and now you feel like your followers will be like, oh my God, luxury.
He's working with this brand.
It's so annoying.
You know, people will only see your value when you see your value.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will see you the way you see yourself. So if you're saying yes to everything, then these people will really struggle to see your value.
That's true.
Yeah. And it's okay to say, it's okay to say no.
But it's okay to say no.
If you think and if you're sure you're worth 100k, 200k, and then a brand or an agency wants to pay you 50k, I'm a 70k, I'm a rate that you completely wouldn't take, then don't take it.
But they don't. I think, obviously there's going to be a part where you can negotiate, because I always think there's room for negotiation.
Don't be rigid, be very open to negotiation.
I normally say, like, if this is a very set budget, can you decrease my deliverables?
This is what I can do with that budget.
This is what I can do with that budget. If they say no, then okay, for real no.
Okay. Because I can't give you what you want.
I'm not the right one for you.
Me had someone ask me for 8 videos for 20k.
Yeah.
And I even it was on WhatsApp. I even asked them, was this a typo?
Do you mean 200k?
Do you mean 200k ukaomit zero moja?
Imagine.
And even that 200k doesn't
It's still less.
Yeah, it's still less.
Yeah.
So, I was
8
like...
videos is crazy.
8 videos. Labda lisau 0.2. That would make 2 million. That would make 2 million. Aye, it's okay to say no. And you see, the problem is most agencies will tell you, we are keeping you on a retainer basis.
Yeah.
When you take this job, the next campaign, we're going to pay you what you're telling us. Yeah.
I've gotten that as well. I've gotten
it's a lie.
The client needs to see, we need to see your, if your engagement aligns with us or something like that. I'm like, why did you reach out to, why was I on your list?
Exactly.
Because I'm not the one
who already saw my engagement.
Yeah, you saw my engagement and you were like, oh, this girl, we want to work with her. But now all of a sudden it's like, we can't pay your rate because we've never worked with you before. I'm like, then we won't work together, imagine. It's okay. It's fine. But I feel like it also takes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten people asking me like why, like I'll say, okay, this person has emailed me or this brand has emailed me, but I'm not gonna take the job. And I've gotten a lot of like, why would you? I mean, that's free money.
Yeah.
I'm like, but at the cost of my brand.
Yeah.
And I don't want that.
Because you see, if you're Kama Mimi, I'm a full-time creator. So I treat social media as a business. That's why I have a team. I treat it as, and when you treat it as a business, it's going to treat you back as a business owner. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense.
If you treat it as a business and run it like that, because kama unauzanga product 100k, export product, ni kuimport. Yeah, import product, you sell it at 100k. Customer akuja seme hapana mimi niko na 50k. That's like 50% slashed off just like that. Utaitikia.
Would you take that?
I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna sell a product. Yeah.
No, you have to continue pushing, and I feel like that's so true because I've seen a lot of these successful creatives. They actually treat their creation as a full-time job. It's not just a hobby or something that they do that when they have the motivation.
Yeah.
It's like, I know I have to film. Like if I've said I'm going to post once a week, I have to make videos every single, like I have to fit that deliverable. So if I'm bulk shooting one day or whatever, it doesn't matter. But every week, this is something I have to do.
Yeah.
And when people start creating content or like pushing out, if it's music or whatever, on a schedule that they've set for themselves, you have to work towards it. You have to meet that target of yours, and it's better that way because you're right. You'll value yourself more first of all, like, and then you'll see like, okay, I need to make this amount of money for this to make sense for me.
Yeah.
Because, okay, you live alone. You're a full-time creative, as you've said.
Yeah.
You need to pay your rent. You need to eat. You need to pay all the people on your payroll, as you've said.
You need to fuel. Uber.
You need to have fun.
Yeah.
You need to have fun.
You need to rest.
You need to rest and have a good time.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that when every time you're accepting small
money?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So I think like for real creatives, jiheshimu. And then the brand will also be like, nyewe.
And also do your research. What you're quoting, ikwe like very realistic. And that's why I keep telling creators who ask me for advice, invest in your craft.
Yeah.
Maybe I had to hire someone to just advise me. I did consultancy with someone who was taking me through like, this is how you should put your rate. This is how you should brand positioning strategy and all that. This is how you should position yourself on social media. Pitch to this brand, pitch to these kinds of brand, and buy good equipment, so that when you quote what you're quoting, let the client see that you're really worth that.
And I agree. And another thing that I learned from a designer, he actually is the one who designed like our logos and stuff. He told me to always put a clause in my rate card or something that says like this rate card is only valid for like the next 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because he was like, maybe a brand will engage you today and you send their rate card. Let's just say
and then they engage you next year.
Like next year, and you've increased in following, you've increased. Yeah. And then they're like, but your rate card so that clause.
Actually that's a thing I struggle with.
Yeah.
Mbona unatulipisha hii mwaka and we worked with you last July, and
in those many months my content has gotten better. My following has grown. My engagement has grown. my rate card also has to grow.
Nice, very
so
nice.
that clause, every single, even if it's like a brand that probably will never talk to me again, I still have that all the time. This contract, this rate card is only valid for the next 30 days.
No, nimelan kitu.
I've learned something. Brand positioning.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good. And I that's why I like these conversations, because I learn a lot. And I do feel like there are creatives out there, like yourself, who are willing to help other creatives.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just show you. I had someone. I'm in the process of even like hiring them on a long-term basis. I can't mention her name.
You can if you want to.
No.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So these are the things. If you'd like to hire her, cause she's helping me a lot.
What does she do?
Lot. So this is what we've done. There are some things we've done, and there are some things we're in the process of doing. Brand positioning, business basics, audience review, touch points, content and platform analytics, competitive review.
Oh, I have a feeling I know who this is, but I'll later.
Yeah, mapping, classification of target audiences, consumer insights, brand personas, development, brand essence and personality, brand positioning and messaging, brand value proposition. There is a lot, and she's worth every penny.
I think I know who this is, and she might be our next guest on this podcast. But I also had that advice that you should always, as a creative, whatever creative you are, musician, actor, content creator, whatever you are, you should always like build your brand as if you're building a business.
A business, exactly.
So if you need to market yourself, like, and that's the content you create, but beyond that, who are you? What's your brand voice?
Yeah.
What do you want people to think of when they see you?
When they see you, exactly.
When they watch your content.
Because and to go back to your question, those are the details. Those are the things that make you stand out.
Yes.
As a creator,
packaging yourself is very important. By the way, guys,
that's true.
It's very very important.
Well, that was a resourceful. That was a good.
Yeah, because actually one of my questions was going to be, can you share any resources? But I feel like that in
I already
itself,
have.
you
have.
Yeah. You guys have had a good rewind and you have that part again.
Okay.
Brand positioning and all those stuff. Add it to your list of things you need to do to be a successful creative.
True.
Yeah. Is that something you miss about, before you became famous?
Yeah, like just going to a restaurant and, like having fun with your friends without a few people coming over. And
Hi, Muchiri Mike. Oh my God.
And I'm not saying I have an issue with that. Let me tell you, I'm not saying I have an issue with that. So I really appreciate people who come, and I always try my best to be as kind, and as accommodating as possible. I appreciate when someone just comes and say, I love your content. It's taken me through this and this and that. It makes me laugh. It makes my day. But sometimes you can be having like days.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah. Can be having like some days.
Yeah.
You don't even wanna. And I'm that kind of guy. Sometimes I just when I'm having something going on, I just wanna sit alone.
No one to talk to you or anything. I'm the same. I get that.
But then there are some people who are they can even be very intrusive. They don't even ask you whether, we should take a photo. There's some people who are kind enough can you take a photo? And I'm like, yeah, we can take a photo.
Yeah.
But then there are people who just, wameshatwa simu na wamekupul shati, wameshakuwekelea mkono, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, wow. Yeah.
I think etiquette is important. Sorry to
it is. And I didn't know I missed moments when I used to not be famous, when I knew when I went for a vacay with a few friends of mine. We went to Mombasa. We went to a small village in Malindi, a small hotel. And when we were tukienda huko, my whole time, and we stayed for a whole week, my whole time in Mombasa, no one said hi to me.
You were like, wow, thank God.
Yeah, no, like ningetembea town huko na shorts, na slippers, na vest, na kila kitu, and no one, sometimes you're walking in town and you're like, and then you see someone look at you like,
I know that.
I know the thing is about my content. The thing with my content is, fun fact, 80% of people who follow me on social media
are women.
Don't recognize are women. That's true.
Okay, cool.
Don't recognize me, especially on TikTok. Don't recognize me in real life.
In real life?
Yeah.
Okay, but honestly, the only reason I knew it was you when I approached you at Blanket is because I don't even know why. It was actually my friend. She was like, "Is that Muchiri Mike?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I need him on the podcast." And that was it.
Yeah, because
but it's true. Maybe if you need to wear the wig everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Because so many people don't recognize me off social media.
Yeah.
Because I think because of the characters.
I think it's the characters. 100% they want to say Mama Michael in the streets.
So many people will not walk up to me and say hi.
Yeah.
Someone just stare at me like,
oh, that's so awkward.
Like, I know you. And some people just even walk up to me and ask me, do I know you from this church? No. Did you go to this school? No. Did you go this place? No. And then like, where do I know you from? And I'm like, it's probably social media.
It's always social media.
Yeah.
It's always social media. That's so interesting. But I feel like that's something a lot of people miss. Like the freedom to just be a person without being a public figure.
Exactly, yeah.
It's really
I know
something people struggle with, and they don't know, especially the thing for etiquette.
Yeah.
Because I used to work with an alcohol brand, and we had events. So I'd go out, obviously, and then when people are intoxicated, there's no like boundary.
There's no boundaries, yeah.
So it's just like someone is just coming up and like, oh my god, I'm like, okay. And then I'm very like socially anxious, but it doesn't show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mask it well. If I do, that's great. But normally I'm just there like standing like, okay, yeah, how are you? Like it's a very awkward interaction.
Because you can't even be rude.
You can't be rude.
You can't be rude. You just have to, like go with it.
Something that I learned, I think it was Joanna, and then she mentioned bulk creating content when you feel like it, because creatives also struggle a lot with.
I do that, yeah.
With creative work also has a lot of inspiration, and sometimes you don't have that inspiration.
You at a creative block. Sometimes you have the idea, but you don't feel like
don't want to do it.
You just don't want to shoot.
You just don't want to do it.
You just don't want to shoot. Alafu ikwe worse, it's a campaign.
Oh, that's the worst. Sometimes I have to, like, even now I'm going home to film some video.
Same. I'm also going home to film something. Yeah.
Just like, hi.
That should be up by the 1st of June.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. You see. Oh, mine too. But mine is, Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah.
God. Yeah. Okay. Gosh. Anyway, so do you have a role model or like someone who's inspired you to be a creative? Whether it's content creation, music.
I love Trevor Noah.
Okay.
I don't know. I really love Trevor Noah. I used to follow Trevor Noah a lot. There's also someone who does the same thing as Trevor Noah. He's called Hassan Minaj.
Yes, I love Hassan. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched their stuff on Netflix. Locally, I always say this. I love Mamito.
I just knew you were going to say it. I knew it.
Guy, you don't even understand.
No, she's so funny.
Mamito is good.
Her mind is so creative.
And I used to love, when I was starting as a content creator, I used to love Ikruya, Seth God.
Oh, yes,
Kimani,
yes.
Sharon Mwangi. They used to do like some dope videos. I don't know what happened. They don't do them anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
But I used to love them so much. Roots.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they were so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. I feel like you have, those make sense. Do you have anyone music related?
Music, I have so many.
Yeah.
I love Jonathan McReynolds. I love a South African artist. Her name is Cre8.
Those things, their names are so hard to pronounce, honestly. It's the accent. I
love Cre8.
I'll put a picture, maybe.
You can go and listen to our songs. They're so good.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Tumi, also South African. I love William McDowell. There's also Tasha Cobbs. You definitely know Tasha Cobbs. Well.
Probably. I don't know. Will you play me a song and then I'll tell you?
There are a few. I have Naomi. I love Naomi Rain. You know Naomi Rain? Jara, you're enough.
Okay. I do know that song. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And some groups, Elevation Worship. Maverick City.
I love them. Elevation Worship, I do.
And they're coming to Nairobi this
Yes,
August.
I know. Yeah. Okay, that's nice. So we're about to wrap up. So I want you to tell me. Actually, no. Before we wrap up, one more question before they wrap up.
Okay.
What do you wish people who aren't in this space knew about this space? Like someone who's not a creative. Maybe it's something like a misconception that was so wrong or something.
the money is there, but it's not as much as you think it is. Yeah. And you see, that's why gava inatuongezea tax.
For real.
Because there's this misconception that creators have money.
But we don't.
You know, they're creators. You know, when you...
Yeah. Even the ones who get paid to go for the events.
For the events
not
outside even
tickets.
Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, Bridgerton.
Yeah.
And every Kenyan just assumes every creator is on that level.
It's not true.
Bank account yao inafanana na... I love Cre8 actress.
Yeah.
You know, someone thinks you're being paid the same thing as Cre8 actress.
No, but that woman has invested so much. Please.
So much in her brand, yeah.
I mean, her rate card, I bet, is crazy.
It's crazy.
But it makes sense. You know, like it makes sense.
Yeah, and so there's this myth and misconception that creators have influencers. 11% influencers work on iron. Ni crazy. And also plus, you won't go viral instantly. Yeah, the growth is gradual. But you're gonna get there if your craft is good.
True, and if you stay consistent with it as well.
And consistency as well.
Yeah. Okay. So what's next for Muchiri Mike?
Album. I'm so excited for this album.
You guys, if I hear one more interview and he says he's still working on an album,
oh my God.
I'm going to beat him in his house.
But Aki, for it, I can even call my producer right now. But Tushanza.
Okay, that's good. We're grateful.
And I'm so excited. Tentatively, you know, I'm always saying this. I really hope, I'm going to say it like this. I really hope I release the album before September. Because I just know it's going to be good.
Okay. So, 2024, haishi bila album.
2024, haishi, definitely.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're wrapping up. So, could you please tell the future creators, creatives, a piece of advice?
You will be tempted to compare yourself to another creator, and sometimes you will even compare yourself to other creators. But be you and embrace your journey. You know, they were really in their bag when they said comparison is a thief of joy.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Because ukianza kuona creator fulani mwenye mlianza na yeye is getting a bigger check.
We know this is the problem of filming next to the airport.
Yeah. When you start seeing it's the next to the airport. When you start seeing other creators who you probably began with getting a bigger check, buying that car, working with that brand when you are not doing the same, it's gonna demotivate you.
True.
Yeah. But let the focus be on what you're doing and how you do it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really, really like that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for, gracing us on this podcast.
That was a good conversation.
I think it was a great conversation.
Yeah,
actually, maybe I should invite you for part 2.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, really?
Honestly,
okay, I love that. I love that. That was Muchiri Mike, or Mike Muchiri, or Michael, as his mom called him, exclusively here on the Cre8 Podcast. Please tell us where we can find you.
All social media platforms, equal TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's Muchiri Mike. YouTube, Muchiri Mike.
Okay.
Yeah.
YouTube is Muchiri Mike Music.
And Muchiri Mike Comedy.
Exactly.
I love... I love how you've done your research.
Oh, thank you.
This is good. It's very rare.
Oh, really?
It's very rare. Very, very rare. As someone who's been on several podcasts and TV interviews and radio interviews, it's very rare to find a host or a producer mwenye amefanya like adequate research about you. They're always asking the same questions.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you liked this.
I liked it.
Okay.
I loved it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Cre8 Podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. Like, share, and comment whose story you'd like to hear next. And in the meantime, you can vibe with us on all our social media platforms at the Cre8 Pod. Remember to stay creative, and I'll catch you in the next one.